So, you've been given an improver project on top of your very busy day job. Well done. You must now have an inbox full, brimming with gushing praise for all of the hard work that you're doing. Or maybe, in reality, it looks a bit more like the Pulp Fiction scene I've got here. If you think a Prince 2 report will save you, this is not the talk for you. But if you want to know more about why people make projects hard for you and what to do about it, then you're definitely in the right place. Then you can go out of your day with more time and more peace to actually get done what you were supposed to do in the first place. The problem. Think of your project as a dark storage room filled with all manner of problems, different shapes and sizes. In there, you have a whole load of people trampling all over the place. They are waving their torches all over until they finally settle their gaze on what they care about. Spoiler alert, they all care about different things. They also will likely care about very, very opposite things. If you want to crawl your way out of that project with your diary and your sanity intact, you're going to need to get them to see the full picture. Think of it as your main mission for project lead to turn on the big light. What help can I get you? So I've had a varied career. I've been a primary school teacher specialising in kids with behavioural barriers to learning. I have been a construction project manager in London. Big kids with behavioural barriers, but they happen to have big contracts as well. NHS digital change management, helping doctors and nurses spend less time filling out forms and more time saving lives. I'm here today because the biggest achievements I've had in all of those roles are because of my never-ending quest to see a situation in front of me through everybody's eyes. And I want to help you today do that for yourselves. Let's look at a famous Vettriano picture to understand what that means. So you've got two lovers. They are having a lovely little time dancing around all over the place. You've got the butler. Slightly different experience that he's having. He's got an awful umbrella going everywhere with wind. You've got those lovely little waste collectors or waste dumpers, not sure which they are. They probably wouldn't be seen dead at this beach if they had a choice. And having a little still ship sinking in the background. No idea what's going on there. It's exactly the same in your project when every stakeholder is looking at the situation. They all see different things. One of the main reasons that happens can be summed up by Daniel Pink in his Drive book. He sums up hundreds and hundreds of studies, but you can sum up his book very, very clearly by saying you cannot externally motivate a person, but you can externally demotivate. Using an old saying to help explain that, you can take a horse to water, but you can't make it drink. True, but you can put lots of barriers in its way to get into the drink. So, to have effective change, what you need to do is identify what all of those barriers are to each of the different people involved and get rid of them. So that then if they decide that they want to be motivated on that path, they can be. Now, if you think about a time when you have had loads of barriers in your way to do a job well, I'm sure that you can imagine how every single person who's involved in your project is also going through the same thing right now with their job. You've just got to remember it and you've got to look for it and help them with it. The last thing I want to leave you with is to think of yourself in a project lead role as a professional cog greaser. You go around seeing all of the humans involved in all of the cogs in this process, and you help them want to change, and then the outcomes will change. If you don't do that, your outcomes stay the same. Prince 2 training, as wonderful as it is, skips out the human element of projects because that is far too easy to fit into a report. But unfortunately, projects don't fail in a spreadsheet. They fail in dark rooms full of fear, politics, and personal battles. Now, my grown-up goggles model and framework is here to tidy up all of the stuff that Prince2 pretends doesn't exist, so that messy human element of your project moves forward so that everything can progress.